What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are back for another match preview with our upcoming game against Augsburg. And just taking a look at the two teams, this is week 2 now, and a little history between them is Dortmund has a pretty solid record against Augsburg, but in the last 3 seasons, Augsburg's definitely taken a few points from us. Remember, they beat us 2-1 a couple seasons ago, and even last year they gave us a bit of a scare. There was the first one was a 5-1 win, but the second game, I'm sure a lot of you guys remember, was a 5-3 win for Dortmund, but we were losing 3-1 until Erling Haaland came in and banged home a debut substitute hat-trick, which was fantastic. And Augsburg usually puts up a good fight, and there's been a lot of goals in this clash in the past few years, and I'm expecting something of the similar. It should be a pretty exciting game. And looking at their forms, is Augsburg's obviously coming on a pretty positive win, beating Union Berlin 3-1. I was a little surprised about that. I thought Union Berlin, going off of their pretty successful season last year, would have got off to a better start, but I was surprised. And obviously Dortmund beat Gladbach 3-0, which is a fantastic result, and I think both teams are going to be going into this game with a little bit of confidence. And taking a look at our team, we're going to take a look at the lineup, and I was a little off last week, and I'm hoping to be a little bit closer this week of what I think they're going to be. I think that we're going to do the 3-4-3/3-4-1-2 that we've been doing. In goal, we're going to have Berkey. Our right wing back, we're going to have Thomas Meunier, and he played fantastic. Obviously, he's going to keep that position. Our 3 center backs are going to be the same. We're going to have Chan with Hummels and Akanji. Both of them all 3 of them are doing sensational, making some good chemistry there, and there's no reason I think he's going to change any of that. Obviously, with the injury to Hazard, our left wing back spot's up for grabs, but the little cult heroes coming in. I think Felix Passlak's going to be the starter there on our left wing back spot, and I'm really actually excited to watch him play in this upcoming game. I really hope he does end up starting at that spot. In the center of the park, we're going to have Axel Witsel and Bellingham. I think there's no getting Jude out of the team right now. I know that Brandt's right there. He kind of wants to get in that team, but I don't think you can mess with those two right now, and I think they'll be the duo going forward. And looking at that cam position, just over top of them, we're going to put Gio Reyna. I predicted Marco Reus. I still don't apparently think he's going to get in. I don't think you can put Marco with his fitness and just the way that Reyna's playing right now ahead of Reyna. So I'm going to go Gio Reyna as our number 10 position with Erling Haaland and Sancho as our 2 strikers. Obviously, that can switch and have Sancho a little more out on the right, Gio jumps up to the left, and Haaland through the middle. But that is the formation that I think that we're going to go with. And I mean, they're building chemistry. The team's looking good, and I love a few of the little chemistry partnerships we see going with, especially our center backs as well as Witsel and Bellingham, and of course the attacking 3 are looking very good. So with that, looking at a couple key matchups who I want to keep an eye on. I was talking about Hazard in the last game, and he unfortunately didn't make it past 20, so I'm hoping this time this left wing back will be an important player to watch, and that's watching the matchup between Passlack and Daniel Caligiuri. I think Caligiuri is pretty deadly from set pieces and he's a very good passer of the ball, watching him obviously in the years with Schalke, and I think him going down on the right against Passlack will be a pretty interesting battle of whether Passlack can stop some of those clever plays Caligiuri is able to do, and if Caligiuri is able to get back, because he can play in that wing back type role, even though I think he'll be playing out as more of a right mid, and if he's able to stop Passlack going forward with some of the runs that Passlack can make and some of the passing decisions he'll make. So I think that matchup's gonna be pretty interesting, especially because Passlack's breaking into the team. I'm really excited to see how he can do, and hoping and wishing the best for him. And the other one in the center of the park, and I'm really curious for this one, is going to be Rani Khedira and Jude Bellingham. And I think this is going to be a real Warriors kind of battle, because both of these players just love getting on the ball, love going in for tackles, and trying to break up the play and set their teams on the attack. And I'm very curious to see how Bellingham's going to get on. Still very young, obviously, at 17. He had a couple fantastic performances for us. I'm really just seeing how he's going to do in like the nitty-gritty type teams. Augsburg is usually pretty sound-ish, obviously, defensively. Our history against each other can kind of not count for that opinion. But either way, I think Bellingham's going to have an interesting game against Khedira. I think both of them are going to go into a lot of challenges, and it's going to be curious to see whoever gets on top will be able to set their teams on the break. So those are just a couple of key matchups, I think. I'd love to know what you guys think as well. Who do you think it's going to be a couple players on Augsburg that we should keep an eye on? Who do you think is going to be very important for us going forward in that game? What do you think about the lineup? Did you like it? Do you think Passlack is going to be on that left wing back? I'm not sure who else you guys think would potentially start there if we don't go with him. But like we do every week on JJD TV, we are going to look at the week 2 predictions, and I'm going to just let you guys know what I think about those. And like I always do, I want to hear what you guys think as well. So taking a look at the first game, we're going to put a Hertha Berlin 2-1 win over Frankfurt. Looking at the Gladbach Union Berlin game, we're going to go for, I'm going to say a 3-0 win for Gladbach. I think they're going to come back after that tough loss there against Dortmund. Looking at the Arminia Bielefeld and Cologne game, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Cologne. Jumping on over to what I think is going to be the matchup of the weekend between Leipzig and Leverkusen, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Looking at the Mainz and Stuttgart game, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Looking over at the Schalke and Werder Bremen game, I know they came off an 8-0 win, but this is Wagner's last chance, so I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Schalke. Going on over to the Hoffenheim Munich game, I think it's going to be a little bit closer than the Schalke one was. I'm going to do a 2-0 win for Munich. Looking at the Freiburg-Wolfsburg game, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Wolfsburg. And finally, looking at the boys, looking at the Borussia Dortmund versus Augsburg game, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Borussia Dortmund. With that comes an end to our match preview and week 2 predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below about the starting lineup. Do you think Paslak will start? How do you think some of the games will go? Love hearing your guys' opinions. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new around here, and we'll see you guys next time.